This episode of Internet Today is brought to you by ExpressVPN.
Kid Rock has led a somewhat interesting life since his days as a self-proclaimed American badass who just wanted you to get in the pit and try to love someone. He brought people together. He's had a sex tape co-starring Creed frontman Scott Stapp.
Oh, yeah.
He was sued for fighting at a Waffle House. He performed at SeaWorld immediately after the Blackfish documentary was released.
Triggered Libs?
He went head over heels for the Trump presidency, even going so far as to release a line of Trump-themed merchandise, one of which described any states that didn't go for Trump as dumb fuckistan. Yeah.
So this very outspoken love of Trump would eventually lead to the infamous photo that we showed just a few short weeks ago for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
President Trump, Sarah Palin, Ted Nugent, and Kid Rock together at last inside the White House.
One for the record books.
Kid Rock's newfound love of politics would then lead him to an ultimately unsuccessful run for a Senate seat in Michigan. Oh, yeah! Which he claimed, after a negative reaction to the announcement, was just a publicity stunt used to promote a nationwide tour.
No, I was just goofing.
Come on.
Unless.
Then there was, of course, the time that he was scheduled to appear as the Grand Marshal of the Nashville, Tennessee Christmas Parade before being removed from the position after calling Joy Behar a bitch on live TV in downtown Nashville.
You know, love everybody except, I'd say, screw that Joy Behar bitch. Everybody.
No.
Yeah, he was replaced as the Grand Marshal of the parade by an actual local hero, James Shaw Jr., who had risked his life and was injured while disarming an active shooter earlier in that year. But being replaced didn't matter because Kid Rock proclaimed that he was going to show up and participate as the Grand Marshal in that parade anyway. He finally relented his position before the parade took place. But why was Kid Rock in Nashville and given the honor of being Grand Marshal of the local Christmas parade in the first place? Rock, after all, is from Michigan. And he's definitely someone who prides himself on being from and supporting Michigan throughout his entire career.
Yeah. Well, it's because Kid Rock is part owner of a local bar and grill that bears his name, the infamous Kid Rock's Big-Ass Honky Tonk and Steakhouse, which only opened a few short years ago back in 2017, but it's already had plenty of its own controversy. There was, of course, the whole parade debacle, which resulted in Rock sadly watching the parade that he was supposed to marshal from the bar.
Yeah.
There was a controversy from the locals over the signage for the restaurant, a 20-foot-tall neon sign that featured a giant guitar that was shaped like a big old butt, and also a donkey, in case subtlety isn't their strong suit.
No, everyone was very upset about that big ass, though. The female ass, not the donkey. The donkey they all thought was great.
Yeah, it's a big ass.
We get it. The donkey's there. You don't need a giant buttocks on the street. There was also a random loaded gun found on the dance floor at this steakhouse one night, and that belonged to a man who said that he'd gotten too drunk and somehow lost it there.
Hey, it happens, man.
And there was also the time that Kid Rock himself took the stage, reportedly blackout drunk, and ended up going on a tirade about Oprah Winfrey, where he said it's fine if you think he's racist, and that Oprah can, quote, suck a dick sideways.
And this was like, well, there was no reason. Like, Oprah was not in the news for anything.
He was just lashing out
at right
like,
out of nowhere.
Yeah, just like prominent
yeah.
liberal people in the media in general.
Yeah.
Also, would you be surprised to find out that this honky tonkin' establishment was one of many restaurants across this nation that refused to follow coronavirus guidelines during the early stages of the pandemic, resulting in the bar's beer permit being revoked? It was one of the more famous photos going around at the start of the pandemic. It was, hey, by the way, things are closed. The pandemic is well underway. And Kid Rock's bar was just filled to the brim.
Yeah, people were dropping their guns all over the dance floor.
Oh!
Just kicking them around like a...
Yeah, hot potato.
Like a game, yeah.
Well, if you thought the legacy of Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk bar and grill was already written in stone by any of these highlights, buddy, you ain't seen nothing yet.
The world is healing, and the freaks coming back out to play.
Yeah.
According to accounts that monitor local police scanners and relay information online to social media outlets, Saturday night in downtown Nashville was one for the record books. And please, if for some reason you've just eaten, press pause, digest that meal a little bit, come back to the video later. Things are about to get awful. From @NashvilleScanner on Twitter, who described the police radio chatter, Unit needs a transport car at drumroll Kid Rock's Honky Tonk, and an ambulance, and a sergeant. Male took off his colostomy bag and started swinging it at others. Some units have feces on them. This is third time I've heard this colostomy bag guy past 2 nights. So, okay, read between lines. That means this dude is a habitual shit sprayer.
Yeah.
But somehow ducked police and made it to the safety of Kid Rock's place before swinging his colostomy bag around again like a goddamn lasso.
That's all the reports that I've read sound like, yeah, he took the bag out and swung it around by the cords that are attached to his body with feces and urine and whatever else, blood, whatever, just going everywhere.
Yeah, he's got a concealed carry permit for a big bag of shit.
My only regret, they wouldn't let me on the bull to do it from on top that majestic animal. That would have been even better.
Yeah.
And in that case, you would assume that people would have been actually filming it, because I haven't seen any footage from this yet.
Yeah.
Anyways, Newsweek independently confirmed with the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department that a John Doe was arrested over the weekend after causing a public disturbance with his colostomy bag. Quote, the defendant was outside drunk, holding a bottle of beer, blocking the outside emergency exit door at Kid Rock's, the affidavit obtained by Newsweek said. Kid Rock security told the defendant to leave, but he refused. The affidavit alleged that once Metropolitan Police tried to calm the man down at the scene, he escalated things. Quote, when the Metro police officers arrived to the location to assist security, the defendant took out his colostomy bag from the inside of his front pants area and started to swing the bag around from left to right, hitting 2 of the Metro police officers with his feces. Nasty. It's so...
You know America's back when, I had almost forgotten about this, but there was that period right before everything got real bad when it was like once a week someone was dumping a bucket of hot diarrhea on someone else.
In L.A., yeah. And
now it's back. We're throwing hot shit on other people. Complete strangers. You're getting poop on your face.
It is hot shit summer. So the article continues, John Doe was charged with, quote, assault on the 2 Metro police officers, disorderly conduct, and public intoxication.
I don't know. Where does it say in the book of laws that you can't squeeze your colostomy bag like a tube of toothpaste, just rolling it up at the end? Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Look, I was just trying to do a cool pyro trick that I learned. If the bag is defective, that is not my fault.
Playing that shit like the bagpipes.
Just spraying it everywhere.
There's a lot in there. I haven't cleaned this thing out in days.
Literally days, because he had been spotted twice before.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot. It is.
The man's a legend.
He's been liquid.
Up and down these Nashville streets with that colostomy bag, just waiting for the right location to allow him to.
Oh, that's just shitbag Shane. He got his bag of shit, and don't get him too drunk, because the bag will come out.
You don't want to rile him up, because he's liable to start squirting everywhere. So if you see him, you just cross the street.
I'm not a fan of the CDC or anything like that, but when I'm around shitbag Shane, I keep my social distance.
Yeah.
At least 6 feet.
Yeah, there are guidelines.
So anyway, a local Facebook group described the incident further, saying that, quote, some units and patrons have been assaulted with feces, and at least one officer has left work to change clothes. Yeah, all right, take the rest of the night off. The bar and grill was apparently packed during this whole escapade, as it was throwing a party to celebrate the day that the local mask mandate had officially been lifted.
Yeah, so there's a big party there for that reason.
Which is hilarious, because people potentially got shit in their mouths when a mask would have been their only protection.
Well, that's the last I'm ever going to need of this thing.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I've said it multiple times. I've been saying it every day, repeatedly. It's much to the chagrin of my Twitter followers. Yeah. But America is back, baby, as you can see. This example and so many more. America is back.
Yeah.
People think I'm like writing that in response to like anything in the news. No, it's just like around like 9 p.m. every night. I'm like, oh, it's been about a day. Let's write America's back. And it's like a Rorschach test.
Yeah.
People get really mad at me. They're like, oh God, was there another mass shooting? People like posting links. They're like, I think he's talking about this. I'm like, no, I haven't checked my phone in hours.
Yeah, today,
I just felt like writing America's back.
Today, America's back could be like, it could be anything. It could be the shit slinger. It could be something Joe Biden did.
In fact, I'm going to tweet America's back right now.
All right, cool. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, America is back. And tweet.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
He's talking about that girl that wrote the article about how Snow White at the end of the ride gets kissed.
Cancel culture strikes again.
Anyways, folks, Somehow that isn't the strangest story of the day. Maybe it is actually. It's definitely the most disgusting. But we've got news about UFOs and Queen Elizabeth's sex toy news for you after we take a quick second to thank today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. How did you choose that internet service provider that you use? Well, the sad thing is, most of us don't have a lot of choices because ISPs operate like monopolies in the regions that they serve. They then use this monopoly power to take advantage of their customers. Data caps, streaming throttles, the list goes on. But worst of all, many ISPs log your internet activity, and they sell that data to other big tech companies or advertisers. And to prevent ISPs from seeing our internet activity, we protect our devices with ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN is a simple app for your computer or smartphone that encrypts all your network data and tunnels it through a secure VPN server so that your ISP cannot see any of your activity. Just think about how much of your life is on the internet. Sadly, the list of people that you've messaged, sites that you visited, and videos you've watched gets tracked by tech giants who can then sell your information for profit. That's why we recommend ExpressVPN as the best way to hide your online activity from your ISP. You just download the app, tap one button on your device, and you're protected. ExpressVPN does all of this without slowing your connection. That's why it's rated the #1 VPN service by CNET and Wired.
So stop handing over your personal data to ISPs and other tech giants who mine your activity and sell off your information. Protect yourself with the VPN that we trust and keeps us private online. Visit expressvpn.com/todaydaily. That is expressvpn.com/todaydaily, and you can get up to 3 extra months for free. Go to expressvpn.com/todaydaily right now to learn more. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Now let's get back into the news with an update on UFOs. Yeah, they still exist. They're real. The government confirmed that they're real. There are programs in place to track sightings, and there's footage directly from the military. What's that? You don't believe us? Well, look, they keep admitting it, but for some reason, no one's listening. Or no one cares outside of maybe Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
How are you? So the most substantial recent evidence regarding the government's acknowledgement of the existence of UFOs was from back in December of 2017 when the Pentagon finally admitted that, yeah, we have a UFO program.
You got us.
From the New York Times article that broke the story back then, in the $600 billion annual Defense Department budgets, the $22 million spent on the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program was almost impossible to find, which was how the Pentagon wanted it. For years, the program investigated reports of unidentified flying objects, according to Defense Department officials, interviews with program participants, and records obtained by the New York Times. The Defense Department has never before acknowledged the existence of the program, which it says it shut down in 2012. But its backers say that while the Pentagon ended funding for the effort at the time, the program remains in existence. For the past 5 years, they say, officials with the program have continued to investigate episodes brought to them by service members while also carrying out their other Defense Department duties.
Yeah, we did it, and we're still doing it right now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit up in the sky. We don't know what it is. Literally none of us know what the fuck that is.
Yeah. Attached to the New York Times article were 2 videos filmed by pilots which show abnormal and, yes, unidentified flying objects that confuse the pilots and also surprise them with how they were maneuvering. A third video was eventually leaked by none other than Tom DeLonge himself, who has dedicated his post-rock and roll career to studying UFOs and extraterrestrial life, as opposed to Kid Rock, who opened a Honky Tonk bar where people are free to throw their bag of shit around.
The two genders.
Yes. After the report confirming the government program about UFOs dropped, everyone just seemed to shrug and say, all right, cool, but there's crazier shit happening right now, so we'll just have to get back to
UFOs, whatever. Robert Mueller is about to send Donald Trump to federal fucking prison.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that
We'll get to the
shit
UFO
after, Donald Trump and his whole family get executed at Guantanamo Bay. Someone on Twitter said it's going to happen.
Definitely going to happen.
It's
Mueller time, baby.
It's Mueller time. This is completely different than QAnon, by the way, because this is real and it's actually happening. Anyway, last year, news outlets, they did get back to the whole UFO thing, and they got the Pentagon to not only confirm that the 2 leaked videos that appeared in the New York Times and the leaked video that came from Tom DeLonge were in fact legitimate and unaltered, but the U.S. Department of Defense also went ahead and just declassified them.
Yeah.
They are on the website. You can get them there. And as if that made a difference. I mean, since they were already widely available and reported on,
they were just like, yeah,
all over YouTube. But now, if you're one of those people who only knows about the Department of Defense website, it's on there.
Well, aside from like being like, yeah, they're real or whatever, they declassified their copies of it. So they're like, yeah, it's real, and we don't even care. Here it is.
Anyways, in a statement regarding the videos, the Pentagon said, After a thorough review, the department has determined that the authorized release of these unclassified videos does not reveal any sensitive capabilities or systems and does not impinge on any subsequent investigations of military airspace incursions by unidentified aerial phenomena. DoD is releasing the videos in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that has been circulating was real or whether or not there is more to the videos. The aerial phenomena observed in the videos remain characterized as unidentified.
They admitted it again.
He admitted.
But
He admitted.
But buddy, we got to tell you, 2020, that was a real bitch of a year. And when these confirmations and declassifications dropped, the world was like, all right, yeah, that's cool, but we're actually dealing with a global pandemic
Hold
now?
on, Donald Trump is about to die from coronavirus. So once that happens, we'll get back to this UFO stuff.
Yeah, but we were in the midst of a pandemic, so everyone's like, okay, yeah. The UFOs, they keep saying they're real. We'll get to it. We will get to it, okay? Well, it's 2021, and it looks like two things will remain consistent. One, we, as a society, are always going to be dealing with something terrible that justifiably diverts our attention. And two, the Pentagon is actually just going to keep confirming that UFOs exist, that they are being filmed, that the videos that pop up online are authentic, and that somehow this is just a normal thing now.
Hey, you got some UFO footage? Hey, Pentagon, is this real?
Yes, that is real.
Oh, wow. Okay, but the vaccines just dropped for last year's problem, and it's about to be white boy summer. Can we freak out about this UFO stuff after Labor Day?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Because I don't have time for this right now.
Once again, I am busy.
I am vaxxed and waxed. Let's fucking go. Me and Bill Gates are going to go hit the town. It's going to be great.
We're
white
going
boy summer in full effect.
Where do those tickets say they're going? Nashville, Tennessee? Oh, God! Bill, no!
Bill Gates dancing on the table, Kid Rock's big-ass honky tonk.
Jumping over every chair he can find.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The man he got some height over those chairs.
Legend has, like, much like if you put a trail of candy to lead someone away from something, if you put a trail of chairs anywhere near Bill Gates, he will just keep jumping over them until...
Keep getting vertical.
Yeah.
Anyways, two websites that track and document UFO sightings have been recently posting photos and videos of objects that are described as a sphere, an acorn, pyramid, and a metallic blimp. So CBS News decided, hey, let's just fire off an email to the DoD and ask them about these. From their reporting, videos and photos have recently surfaced in Mystery Wire and Extraordinary Beliefs, websites that document sightings of unidentified flying objects. Quote, I can confirm that the referenced photos and videos were taken by Navy personnel, Department of Defense spokeswoman Sue Gao told CBS News in an email. Quote, as we have said before, to maintain operation security and to avoid disclosing information that may be useful to potential adversaries, DoD does not discuss publicly the details of either the observations or the examinations of reported incursions into our training ranges or designated airspace, including those incursions initially designated as unidentified aerial phenomena.
So the article continues, the Department of Defense established the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force to study videos like these and other explained sightings. Gao said that the task force has included these incidents in their ongoing examinations. The article posted on Mystery Wire claimed to have obtained information about, quote, sensitive briefings prepared by the UAP task force. The task force reports noted that the objects were able to remain stationary in high winds with no movement beyond the capability of known balloons or drones, Mystery Wire reported. A spokesman for the task force says the sightings occur on a frequent basis in different areas of the country and different areas of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's just our neighborhood UFO.
These happen all the time. Guys, we've been saying this for 4 years now.
That's just the acorn. You think that's crazy? Wait till you see the sphere over there.
I don't know how much more clear we need to be. These are UFOs.
We don't know what the fuck they are. They're just there.
Yeah, and they're wild. They do all kinds of shit.
We don't know. We're sharing this with maybe one of you knows what it is.
Look, they had a guy that was lost in the Angeles National Forest for like 2 weeks. They put that picture on Twitter. Twitter found him in a day.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that actually happened.
Oh, that's wild.
So that's what DOD's like, hey, can any of you Twitter sleuths figure this out?
Yeah, Twitter, do your thing.
Cancel the aliens.
Anyway, the article...
Hey, DOD here. These aliens, they said the N-word.
Yeah.
Twitter,
get them.
Do your thing.
Let's dox these aliens. The article also mentions that there's even more information coming out very soon, by the end of this June, in fact, when the intelligence community is set to publicly brief Congress on all of this. So maybe people will care then. Who knows? Probably not. people will simply acknowledge it and move on until we get some confirmation that alien beings are responsible for these flying objects. It's like, if there were aliens on Mars and they saw our little helicopter thing, they'd be like, oh, okay, look at that.
Wow.
But if Elon Musk himself walked out of a capsule onto the planet's surface, there would be a much different reaction. Wow, that's the guy that invented the child-sized submarine. That's the guy from SNL.
Yeah, we've heard about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, famous, not
Wow.
globally, in the universe.
Elon, I would die for you. I'm coming.
Elon, if you thought you had your boots licked on Earth, ooh, we got 2 tongues.
There's a little bit less gravity on Mars. You can lick a whole lot more.
But hey, we promised you a story about Queen Elizabeth and sex toys.
Ooh!
So here it is with a headline that is so perfectly written, and dare I say, somewhat subtle compared to a lot of the headlines that I saw about this, but still very good. So I don't want to try to explain it any other way. This is from Yahoo. Queen Elizabeth rewards sex toy company for outstanding growth.
Ooh. Where's my fainting couch?
From the article, British sex toy company Lovehoney is celebrating a royal recognition. Quote, the Queen has honored the UK's biggest sexual wellness brand with a top award, the company boasted in a press release. Lovehoney has received the Queen's Award for Enterprise for Outstanding Continuous Growth in overseas sales over the last 6 years. The Queen's Award for Enterprise is described by the Crown as, quote, the highest accolade for business success. Lovehoney's chief commercial officer, Debbie Bond,
Debbie Bond.
said in a statement that, quote, Her Majesty has been a wonderful supporter of Lovehoney. We're sending 2, 3, 4 boxes a week over to the
James Bond has
palace.
a license to kill. Debbie Bond has a license to Jill.
License to thrill.
Like jilling off?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. It's jacking off for girls. But anyway, those aren't the only toys the Queen is making headlines for this week. Now that Prince Philip is dead and she's therefore single, it's time to do some spring cleaning. And, with Philip gone, there's no one around to play the royal Wii.
Yep.
A 24-karat Nintendo Wii that was made specifically for the Queen is apparently being auctioned off, and the seller is expected to nab at least $300,000 for the console, which sounds like a bargain because they claim that experts have valued it at $1 million.
Yeah.
I'll give you $200.
They brought it down to Vegas, over to the Pawn Stars. They said, let me bring in an expert.
Let me bring in my video games guy.
They brought that guy that looks like the Quaker Oat Man, and he said, yeah, I don't know, $1 million. Chumley said, I gotta have it.
From CNN, the special console was made in 2009 by now defunct hardware brand THQ. Wonder why they went out of business. The seller, Donnie Fillerup.
What is up with these names?
Hey, it's me, Donnie Fillerup.
Yeah.
And this is my gas station. This is my petrol station, Donnie Fillerup. You don't even have to get out of the car.
Full service.
Donnie Fillerup told CNN Thursday, it was sent to the Queen as a marketing stunt, but was rejected by her staff and returned to the company, he said. THQ later filed for bankruptcy, and its hardware stock, including the gold Wii, were bought by a private buyer, added Fillerup, who acquired the console in 2017, presumably off of all the success of his petrol station.
I can't get enough of his stupid name.
Donnie Fillerup.
The article continues, experts have valued the console at up to $1 million, says Fillerup, 32, who lives in the Netherlands and runs online console database Console Variations. He is in the wrong business. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Quote, I don't want to be that greedy, Fillerup said. He declined to tell CNN how much he paid for the console 4 years ago. So far, Fillerup has received several 5-digit offers, but he says he is in no rush to sell. Quote, I want to get myself my own place, he added, adding that he will be able to buy a small apartment if the console sells for the list price. The console works and is in generally good condition, according to the listing. Potential buyers who want to check the provenance may be reassured by documents and emails, according to the listing. The story of the gold Wii was widely covered by media outlets in May 2009 when THQ gave it to the Queen. It was thought to have disappeared, but re-emerged into the public eye in 2019 with a spat of coverage in the gaming media. So, this thing's legit. The Queen never wanted it. What do you want? I can bowl with it.
Yeah, there is probably at least like a bowling alley in Buckingham Palace.
Ooh, I've already got my own.
They got tennis. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, it's a good gift. I can't believe she didn't want it.
Not a gamer.
Yeah.
Not a girl gamer. Anyway, yeah, this is stupid, but people are out here buying JPEGs for hundreds of thousands of dollars, so we wouldn't be surprised if this royal Wii ends up being sold for the asking price.
Yeah.
Put it on the blockchain. I love, like, this...
A photo of the royal Wii will sell more for the actual console itself.
This recent obsession with taking ordinary objects and putting gold on them is so funny to me. It's especially funny with, like, the food, where it's like, oh, this burger's plated in gold and it costs, like, $500. It's like, you can go down to fucking Michael's or, like, Hobby Lobby and buy sheets of gold leaf for, like, $10 for a whole pack. And that's all they're fucking using in any of this stuff. I'm assuming the Wii, it's, like, the same shit, where it's just they melted some gold leaf and just gave it a nice gold sheen. But people fucking love that shit. It's gold, see?
Yeah. It's like that, is it the Salt Bay guy that has, like, an entire tomahawk steak that's covered in gold? It's like,
yeah.
The steak looks actually better without it.
Yeah. Why would I want to eat gold?
Yeah.
Food's for my mouth.
Mm-hmm. No. Have you seen the videos of him feeding people in Vegas? It's a totally different vibe than when he does it.
A lot of dudes get mad when he tries to feed their girlfriends.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
Yeah, like overseas when he does it, it's like, all right, yeah, whatever. And then like here, people are like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill the Salt Bay.
I ain't letting any other dude feed me meat. No.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's wild stories. Fill her up. It's a hot boy summer. When you get Danny Fill Her Up or whatever.
Hot shit summer.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Both of them heading down to Kid Rock's Bar and Grill to get the gold-plated tomahawk steak. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild summer.
Jumping over every chair.
And I am here for it. Bill, do the thing you do. All right. Anyways, yeah, that is it for today's video. If you want more weird news, please check out our most recent episode of Weekly Weird News over here with Matt Gates just not doing great.
That man probably did those things.
Hopefully getting what he deserves. And for some reason, Bitcoin getting involved in the whole drama, which just makes it even better.
Yeah.
Also, a new episode of News Dump is right over here. It's about how the Oscars completely failed and, dare I say, might go away forever. If anyone wants to stop spending lots and lots of money on stupid shit. Anyways, that's it. Watch those videos, and we'll see you soon for tech news. Bye-bye.
Bye.